Um, Let me say first, there's been obviously some speculation about my future plans. So I wanted to walk all of you through what's gone on in my own mind and how I've arrived at this point. I have a 2-year term right now. I have never intended to run again. I'm winding down. I wanted to run this term though because we have a lot of new caucus members, and I didn't want them to come in to a caucus and have to elect a leader when they didn't know anyone. And so we've had a good time to allow all the caucus members to get to know who the other members are, so that when they do have the transition, and I can tell you we are already planning for a speedy, smooth, and expeditious transition because everybody knows the members, they're known quantities. So when I began the session, I became involved, as you know, with Senator Cullerton on the grand bargain, which was a very wonderful experience for me, and I think it's had lasting positive consequences for the caucuses and hopefully for the building in general. I will say that I feel strongly that the governor has the right agenda, but it's not that easy getting there. We need fundamental change in this building, but we need to compromise in order to get there. So I became involved in the grand bargain, and it was my initial hope that my natural break point would be sending that grand bargain over to the House. As you all know, that didn't happen. But I wanted to continue and stay and try to get a resolution because I understand the state's in a very difficult spot. So I decided to stay until May 31st. Obviously, then we flipped into special session, but there were still discussions going on, and I thought the next natural break is the end of the fiscal year. The end of the fiscal year is here, and I'm not sure that there's another natural break coming anytime soon. I feel positive about the work that I've done. I feel positive about all the efforts that have been put in by the governor, by all 4 leaders. Every single person has contributed, I think, to where this state, I hope, goes eventually. But the fact of the matter is, I'm ready to focus on my personal life. I don't think it's any secret if you follow my Facebook page. I have 5 of the most adorable grandchildren you could ever imagine. My husband and I both have good health and resources to be able to travel, and I don't want to be one of those people that wakes up and wishes I had gone earlier. So this is a natural break, and as I said, my biggest concern is that we have a good, speedy, orderly transition, and that whenever this is resolved, whether it's tomorrow night, and I'm still not giving up hope, and I'm going to put every ounce of effort into it between now and the time I walk out of this building, or whether it's next week or next month, I wish everybody involved, especially the people of Illinois, success, and that we can get back on track and become, once again, the great state that we have the potential to be. So, any questions?
Christine, can you just dispel any thoughts that you might be leaving because the grand bargain fell apart, or, as was reported widely, that the governor withdrew votes from that bargain that you had worked very hard on and maybe left you feeling out on a limb?
No, I can dispel that unequivocally. I was disappointed. That was sort of my first, this would be a natural break if we could get that over to the House. It didn't happen. That was my motivation, I would have been gone then. I really wanted to continue to try to deal with the hand we've been dealt and try to get to a place where we had the agreement. I think we are getting there. We're still meeting today, but no, that is not true.
Did you announce this to the leaders in advance, and how did they react?
I did tell the leaders, and they were all wonderfully gracious. I even got a hug from Mike Madigan. Maybe he's glad to see me go. No, I don't think so. But the caucus as well was I told them they better stop because I might stay if they keep it up. So it's been very positive, and it's time. I've really tried hard. It's time for someone else to take the reins.
Leader, you've got 22 in your caucus now, and I think the House has 47. How do you think the party is poised to build on that and maybe take a majority?
Well, you know, it's going to be a tough political year. But every year is a tough political year. So I think it's too early to say that for certain. The political environment is not entirely set just yet.
Well, you answered Derek's question earlier about the grand bargain falling apart not being the key to your decision to leave, but it seems to me there were a lot of times, or sometimes back there, when the president said, there's only one Republican vote and it's Leader Radogno's, where your caucus and the governor just kind of let you run on the field by yourself. I mean, you can't deny that, can you?
Well, I mean, the point was, that's not the reason I'm leaving. I mean, the point is to get the votes to pass something that can move us forward.
Do you have a favorite for who will take your place, either in your legislative seat as well as for being minority leader?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite. We have many capable people. I don't even know for sure. As I said, we have a process in place. We should be finding that out pretty quickly.
What is the timeline? What does quickly mean?
Well, we are going to be meeting again today to at least identify who's out there, but the caucus is all committed to an orderly transition, and our caucus is in a great place right now, so I'm confident it will be smooth.
Will you still attend leaders' meetings between now and Saturday?
Yes.
You will not be here on Saturday, yes, or you're done regardless.
End of business day. So, and there's some ministerial things that need to be done. So, in the event that a leader's not elected, I will fulfill that. But I will be fully engaged.
How frustrating, let me just follow up with that. How frustrating has this whole bargaining process been for you?
Probably about as frustrating as it's been for everyone. There's a lot of frustration out there. We need to keep our eye on the prize, and that is getting a budget and reforms that can move our state forward.
Did that happen before midnight tomorrow?
I don't know. I literally don't know. We are meeting. We met this morning. It was a very good meeting. We made some progress.
As somebody who's in the room, what is the hang-up? Is it personality differences that some people speculate about?
I mean, there are significant policy differences that the two sides have. And different people have different personalities. If I'm going to toot my horn for 1 second, I think one of the things that's helped me is the ability to approach people where they're at. And I'm not sure that always happens, but, that's been my experience.
Does that include the governor?
Includes everybody. It includes my staffers.
Forgive me for even asking this, but we all know that you suffered a great personal tragedy in your own life 3 years ago. To what extent did that change your whole approach to government and for lack of a better word, is your heart not in this?
Well, no, as you may know, my daughter was on the Hill, so politics was really important to her. So, no, it doubled down my interest in it. But it did give me the perspective that nothing's forever. And I don't want to be squandering my life with my husband and my grandkids and my other daughters. We only all have a certain amount of time, and that experience told me that's for sure.
You and your husband are going to be retirees, both?
We're both going to be retirees.
Where are you going to live?
Well, Woodridge.
Any fun vacations?
Yeah, visiting my other grandchildren.
Will you still be active in the party at all?
I don't know. I mean, I really haven't even thought about that. I just want to take a breath and not be living out of my suitcase for a little bit.
What advice are you giving the people who are going to be still in this building, probably trying to get a deal done after July?
To emphasize again the critical nature of doing this, and we have to put aside personalities. We have to prioritize what we want. Nobody gets 100%, but what do you absolutely have to have? I mean, when you negotiate, you need to understand and get in the skin of the person you're talking to. And so that's my advice to them.
So do you think the governor gets that?
I'm sure he does. I mean, he's been successful in business, so.
But as we know, business and the political climate.
They don't always completely meld. Right.
Would it be helpful, Senator, if the governor was in the room?
We have a lot of history, and, I think right now we're making some progress, and the governor's happy with the progress we're making, so I'd say we stay the course.
So what do you have to say about your stepping down?
They've been aware that this is something that I was thinking about.
You're the first female
Last
leader
question.
of the Illinois General Assembly. Is that something that you'd like to see carried on?
I I would be happy to see another woman, and I'm sure at some point you will. Maybe my successor will be. I have no idea. To me, though, it's an asterisk in my career. It's one that I'm proud of, but it's not one that defines me.
How do you want people
Thank
to
you.
remember you?
Thanks.